background of the boy David, he said he was raised online. He said his community was his online community.
Wow.
And he didn't really go outside like that. And do you think that a lot of these kids that are being raised on the internet and raised on playing these video games and so forth are not intact with the real world,
For
don't
sure.
really get what real life is?
For sure. That's why I don't play with my daughter, my oldest, about like too much screen time
Right.
because that can that can form an illness, like a mental illness for sure.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you think about a lot of these kids that are out here, doing some of these really crazy things like mass murderers and stuff like that, and going into these schools, they had social skills. They had issues with their social skills.
Yeah.
They didn't
And
really.
even the YNs with the cars and stuff, everybody blaming it on GTA.
And that's crazy if you're looking at a video game and you even
Yeah.
think that that's reality.
Yeah.
That shows
Even
you
at
how
a
lost
certain
some of our
age,
kids are.
yeah.
But like you said, even at a certain age, even at like 15 years old, if
To
you're
snap process like reality
something's
from,
not right,
yeah,
and
that's
that's
fiction
it's
is
it's it's
crazy.
so
Yeah.
sad to see the youth taken in by that and not understanding that there are real consequences to everything you do, and I don't know. I don't think they understand that because when you see them on these videos and they finally get arrested and they're being interrogated, they're crying, they're begging for their mothers and fathers, and so I mean, at some point you will look at it and say, do you really, really know what your consequences is for the things
I
that you
think
do?
a lot of them, a lot of the younger crowd, they know exactly what they're doing. I just think, it's one of those things where
They don't
it's
care.
fun until till you get caught. Like, it's all
It's
games
exciting.
until,
It's exciting. What'd you say? You think it's a
yeah,
rush?
I think they get a rush, and it's like I learned that the young kids they like to push it to the limits. They have like a really crazy like fetish for like let me see how far I can go. And it's crazy. Like when I was growing up, yeah, nobody's perfect. We all did things, but I mean, it's gotten bad. We never was doing like the stuff I see.
So you think it's a big change than how it was when we were growing up? If you go back like
Absolutely. We
20
were
years, 30
outside
years ago,
more. We wasn't
we
when
weren't
we were growing
on
up,
the internet, we
yeah.
weren't on our phones, we weren't on social media. I mean, I
We
do.
was only like on maybe MySpace or something because we didn't have cell phones. So we were just like, all right, I'm about to meet you at this store. But we was outside. Like, that was just our cell phone to a certain extent until we got them. So no,
Think it's more pressure on the youth now due to
yes,
having the
yes,
internet and social media on trying to be something that they're not, trying to
yeah,
be a person that they're not.
yeah. And then you have the celebrities that's pushing the games. They're playing the games too, and enticing the kids to
Right.
play the games. It's yeah.
It's all over the
Social
place.
media is dangerous.
It's very,
It
very, very,
is.
very dangerous. I mean, you even go back to the Charlie was a Charlie Kirk. I didn't know too much about that man. Do you know who I'm talking about? The Charlie Kirk, the man that was supposedly assassinated um, as he was giving that speech.
Yes,
Did you
yes.
know anything about him prior to that?
Not a lot. I knew um that he was known for saying some like very derogatory stuff and
Mm-hmm.
towards the black
Right.
community. But I don't really get too much into politics too
Right.
deep. But I did read like more things when that happened. And I think it was crazy that the whole world made sure that they snatched the videos from
Mm-hmm.
everybody's softwares, whatever. And how many times have we repeatedly been able to watch a video of like one of our black people being killed?
Right. Right.
So, you know,
No, I agree. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know anything about this man until
yeah,
I heard about what happened, and then I did a little bit of research. And as I was just looking into, some of his videos and so forth,
yeah, man, he
it
said
was
some
a nice
pretty
little wake
crazy
up
stuff.
call. And I don't think anybody, should be, killed or anything over what their views are. It's freedom of speech. You know what I mean? You can say what you want to say, but I didn't understand why so many people were supporting him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It did kind of throw me for a loop that, it's certain ways you can say things, there's certain ways you can deliver things. And it did seem like the way that he was doing his deliverance was very biased and very
Yes.
racial in the tone, in the way
Yes.
he was saying things. And, to see so many people, I guess, that were supporting him on the way that he was delivering his message was a little, maybe take a little step back.
And I gotta say, like, to be bold enough to say that, we should be used as practice targets is correct. I mean, to say that and then something like that happens was like, yeah.
I mean, a lot
Yeah.
of things that he was saying was just, it was so far fetched of what reality is.
Yes.
You know, he kept on, bringing up, affirmative action and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Bringing up that a qualified person may not get that position due to having allowed a minority to get that position. And I think that that's just, he's playing mind tricks on people
Mhm.
because that's not how it
Yes.
was working. How it worked was that black people at that point in time didn't have any opportunity, no matter how smart and educated you were, to get that position.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, certain people ran all those jobs, ran those companies. So no matter what, if you were had a PhD and were the top of your
Yeah, things
class,
were the total
you
opposite of when he
still
explained it to
were
me.
not going to
Yeah.
get that position. So what they did was they didn't say if you weren't qualified.
I
They
mean,
didn't,
it's still happening
it still
now.
always happens because you can never.
I've experienced it. Like,
Everyone
it's still
that's a
happening.
minority has experienced it
Yeah.
before. It will always happen because you never know when someone's going, what they're thinking in their head on why you did not get that position. They're not going to
Yeah.
tell you,
Or
oh, because.
sometimes they'll give it to you just to take it away.
I mean, sometimes they do it to prove something
Yes,
and then take it
absolutely.
away.
Yes.
And for him to think that we have the same opportunities, we're on the same playing field, no matter if you're talking about 100 years ago
Yeah, he
and to now,
clearly not in
that
tune with
we are on
reality.
the same playing field. And for anyone to stand up behind that and think that is true, you are
Right.
lost.
Yeah.
You are really lost. You know what I mean? Because I think anybody that is maybe in Black America or a minority knows that you're always looked at lower, no matter what your skills are. You can have the same skills, same everything, most 90% of the time because the color of your skin, because of maybe your name, because of your hair, or whatever it may be. You just may not get that position. And there's biases all over the world. I always say to you, it's like, any dominant race that's running anything is going to be more likely to hire somebody they feel closer to,
Yeah.
they have more relationship to. And that's given. I'm not even saying that's bad or good, but that's why they try to break it down where you don't have one race running everything.
Yeah.
Because when you have one race running everything, yeah, you're going to hire your cousins, your sisters, your brothers, everybody that looks closer to you because you're related. You're able to relate to those people.
I've actually worked a job where I was cool with the manager, but I also knew that she didn't like us. But I
Right.
was cool enough. One of those things for us we have to play our cards right. So I mean, cool enough for her to talk and say certain things. And I remember one day she said like, I'm gonna let a few people go. I want to hire more people with like more diverse name, like more urban name.
Right. And why? Why was that?
And she told me that I got hired for my name.
Wow.
Yeah,
And it's
it's
so
crazy.
sad,
Yeah.
and that's what makes people not understand the real reasoning why certain things were done. Just because people don't use the things the right way does not mean it wasn't a purpose for it. You know what I mean? And people abuse different, laws and
Yeah,
laws and
for sure.
regulations. But, I just didn't understand why everybody was, this man was really speaking hateful things. Even if he was trying to prove a point, the way he was trying to prove, like how he was talking to these college kids and stuff like
Yeah.
that, just kind of like in a degrading way.
And the irony is just being in that same setting where you take your last breath is crazy.
I mean, it's sad, and the
That's
thing about it,
crazy.
it wasn't a minority that did it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And some reason they still want to blame us.
And I would never
You
say
know,
like, "Oh, I'm so happy."
no,
And
no.
in a way, I'm happy that it was not one of us because we
We would have really
are.
been. We would have
Yeah,
been. They would have hung
exactly.
us.
Yes,
Yeah, they would have definitely
but
targeted us after that.
at least the world should have been able to process it as hate crimes happen with
Within,
within your own race.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
exactly,
I mean,
it's
they
not.
say a lot of black people are killed by black people, but again, a lot of Caucasian or white people are killed by their own.
Yes,
And that just
yes.
happens to be what it is. If
A
you
lot
have a
of school
predominant area and
shootings.
that's
It
all
hasn't
you're
been black
around,
people.
that's what usually happens. But it was just when I saw that and I heard about it, and I just was looking into all the stuff he was saying. I was like, wow, where was I? Where was I at this whole time? Because I
Yeah, I
definitely
didn't
did
know
not
much
know.
about him, but it was once he was plastered all over social media. I did remember like a few moments, like oh, I've seen him, on the screen before, but nothing to like remember
Nothing that
much.
stuck in your
Yeah,
head,
no, no.
but hey,
But like you said, after and you dive a little bit into it and read, yeah, it was
it's
bad.
a wake up call.
Yeah,
My prayers do out go to him and his family. Again, he had
absolutely.
kids, he had a family. So again, no one ever wishes anything like that on anybody. But that's another reason why you do have, you have freedom of speech, but you just never know the consequences of your freedom of speech.
Yeah,
I can walk
yeah.
up to you and call you a name all
And
day.
then
Doesn't mean you might not
honestly,
knock me on
the
somebody's
power
head.
of the tongue is such a real thing,
Yeah,
and I really wish people would take that more seriously.
it's definitely. I mean,
Just like the same way you tell yourself, I can't do this, I can't do this, and you never do it, not because you really can't do it, but you've been telling yourself for so long, I can't do it. The fact that you never tried to do it. So the power of the tongue is
the
serious.
power of thought and all
Yes, of
that.
thought
You
as
know,
well.
I
Like you
always
have to speak life into yourself. You have to think life and great things into yourself.
Yeah, I always tell people, you got to stop being so negative because negative thoughts create a negative outcome.
Yes.
And not only that, it affects your health. And a lot of people don't really think like that. You know what I mean? They just, always complaining, always mad, always. Sometimes your life doesn't have to be perfect, but when you just try to fake it a little bit and have a little happiness with it kind of changes the outlook a little bit.
Yeah.
I always say, what's the point of being depressed sitting in the house looking at the four walls? What is that going? I never heard anybody say
I
that
think
made them
people
happier. I
fail to
never heard
realize
that.
they've gotten so far or how far they've gotten in life is because of those things. Like you're pushing, you're speaking,
Oh,
you
man,
know, things into yourself like I'm gonna
mm-mm,
get through this, and
mm-mm, nah.
yeah,
No, I just, like I said, life doesn't get better sitting around staring at the walls,
yeah,
mad
for
and
sure.
upset. And I realized that a long time ago, you got to get up and figure it out
And a lot of
and
people
try to
not
do something.
grateful for what they already have.
A lot of people don't see what they already have because they're
Yeah,
so busy looking on Instagram trying to
yep,
catch up with
and
the next person
compare.
and think that your life is not right because your life is not like that person.
Yeah,
And most likely that person you're talking about life is not good either.
exactly,
The
exactly.
act and the faking on Instagram is
People go
real.
through it behind closed doors, but
Man,
it's
everybody
a
goes through it.
persona.
Everybody goes through it. I don't think there's one soul out here walking around 365
Yes,
days
life is
happy.
lifing
No.
constantly for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Like today may be like just the most beautiful day, and I just feel like so powerful and uplifted. And I might wake up tomorrow and a whole bunch of BS happens,
yeah,
and I'm like, ugh, life is life.
yeah.
But that's how it is. It's up and down.
hmm And some people think money will change it. Money will not always change your happiness. It can make you not stress as much, but I think some people feel like as me going through life, I realized that money is not everything. There's been times in my life that I knew no matter what amount of money you gave me would not have made me happy. And it's things that you deal with that you realize that
So you didn't even have much, but you remember being so
so
happy and
happy
doing so much,
and so
and still
stress
got
free.
so much
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Yeah. So
hmm
the money is what you make it. Like it can just be an addition to helping you get through things or whatever, but it is not happiness at all.
It's definitely not. I try to
Just buy
tell.
you things, but
I mean,
you
I try
can't
to
buy
tell
happiness.
women that all the time. Sneeze real quick. Yeah, I try to tell women that all the time. Like they be like, "Oh, I just need money, 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 and I'll be happy, happy, happy." I'm like, "You think so? You think so? It
And then you
sounds
have all the
good.
money in the world, and then you still find something else to complain about. Seriously.
You got all the money in the world. Now you're mad because he's cheating on you every day.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Now
saying.
you're
Like,
mad he's not home every day.
yep. And
But
that's why you have to be very cautious of your wants, and you have to be very cautious of what you feel like you need,
yeah, but they got
and
the
focus
bills
on like
paid
the
though. The bills are
necessary.
paid.
Yeah, but you're
They don't have
angry.
to pay rent,
You getting
but they're not
skinny,
happy.
losing
Why are
weight
they not
because
happy though,
you
Sonaj? Please tell me
depressed.
why. I want to know why they have everything they want, but they still not happy.
Cause they man cheating.
But they knew that from the get go. That's my issue. Is that
okay, that's true.
why these
That's
women
true.
get into these relationships? I mean, whatever you call them, situationships, and they get into them thinking that
A
they
lot
know
of
the reason why they're getting with this man
well,
because
because a
he
lot of
spends money.
times we do tend to get caught up in the emotions and things, and we do tend to feel like,
Man.
oh, it's just everybody has flaws. It's just a few flaws. Like I could help change that. I'm being very honest. Once you
But
get into vulnerable enough, you sometimes you may make it trick yourself into thinking of.
but the question is, what caught the girl's attention from the get go? It was because he was spending some money, right? I mean, I'm just saying
I
that
mean,
particular
depending on the
situation. That
situation, yeah.
situation,
But that situation, yeah, it led with money, so nothing else was gonna happen. You got to watch how you lead in a relationship.
and then the question is,
That's what.
she already knew he was messing with her, her, and her, and her. But now you mad that he's messing with you, her, and her. I mean,
Right on the
I
flip,
don't understand it though.
on the flip side, it's like I same thing with like men um feeling like, oh, they not happy, or I can't believe she cheated on me, or this and the third, but you lay it with your money. Yeah, yeah, you lay it with the money. So she wasn't. It was no substance there. What was she going? Yeah, what was she going to take serious? You came in it.
I put a post up today. I said, women, how much money does a man have to spend for you to start liking him? Because some of these men don't give up.
What happened? What was the answer?
The answer is they will never like you. I was waiting for people in my deals. They were saying stuff. This one girl basically said it. She said, "Look, if I like you, it ain't about the money."
Yeah,
She said, "So believe me, if you keep on spending and I still like you, I don't like you."
I've been in a situation where, like, a long time ago, I used to talk to this guy. He was like, just became a millionaire, all this. And I was younger then, so I'm like thinking like that, like, oh, he has money. Like, all right, I know what, because you feel like what you're lacking in life, if you get that, oh, everything's gonna be good, like balance is there. But that is very true. Like he had all the money I could want, and I still couldn't force myself to want him. So that very much that happens.
Yeah, I just wish men would understand that. Look, if you got to keep on spending and spending and spending and spending and spending, and she still ain't giving you that energy, you gonna always be spending. And guess what? She giving the energy to another man.
Yeah, and you're just funding.
You're just funding her and other man's fun.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
All right. This
Yeah,
let you know when you cash app her some money for lunch, she's gonna bring her man home some food for lunch, and you're gonna be wondering if how good that food was. He's gonna be like, it was really good. Okay, I'm telling you, women, do they like you? You don't gotta do all. I mean, it's sad to say that, but it's the truth. And they really like you. You don't have to do all that.
And then it's also what type of man are you going after? What type of woman are you going after in terms of like what's the lifestyle you live in?
Right.
Because if you in that like club life and all that stuff, 9 times out of 10, send the fucking Apple Pay, Cash
Right.
App, like
And if
the
they're always just telling
Zelle.
you to cash app, Apple Pay, and Zelle, and not really
It's about
seeing you
where that
like
person
that.
you trying to pursue their mental space at. Like where are they in life at that moment? Like, cause I've been that person in the past, but like where I am now in life is, yeah, all about love.
I just feel like at a certain point in your life, you just gotta be more strategic on how you spend your money towards on a woman, or you'll just be wasting a lot of
But
money
some guys
on a.
complain, and the whole time they go back to their homeboys like, "Yeah, man," and brag about, "Yeah, I'm about to buy this girl that bag."
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? So it's
that's
like, don't be
the.
complaining to me and you telling your homeboys like,
I
"Yeah, I
mean,
have a
everybody
girlfriend
want to
on my
front like it
girls."
ain't hurt their pockets, but at the end of the day, these dudes be faking like that shit ain't hurt their pockets behind closed doors. Okay, the same way they come to y'all and act like it ain't nothing, then they got to work extra hard on whatever they do to make it up for it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes women don't know men are like juggling to try to make sure you are good. They don't want y'all to really know that their pockets are not where they are.
I was
Okay,
in a situation where like I
nah.
put all the pieces together and I was like, "Oh, this is what really be going on."
Man, selling this, pawning that.
Like this
He
was
trying to
going
keep up with
on.
what he keep up with. Wait, rent 2 months late, car note
But
late.
you know what? With saying that, as women, I feel like we need to start knowing our power. Like, you know what a man will like what he's doing to keep up this, like, girl, like what?
Man, all I'm trying to
You would think
say,
that would make the women like make us carry ourselves differently because we have that type of power. But a lot of women don't even know they have.
well, because a lot of men don't want them to know that they don't have the money.
Well,
But I
yeah,
mean, let's keep it real. In the world economy right now, it ain't that many people that's doing it like that no more.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
most times when you meet a man, if you have a certain expectation this high, he's not able to really keep up with that. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Most average men.
I mean, then she need to not go for average. She need to go for, you know,
She need to go for
go big
higher
or
up.
go
But
home.
the thing about it, that's the girl that probably been trying to go for the big, and she just ain't big qualified.
Take a shot to that. We need a shot to that. That was real shady,
I'm
but
just saying.
true but shady. That was
But
very
it's
true
the
but
truth though.
shady.
Like if she
Okay.
shooting for the big shots, they ain't never make it. That's
Look,
like going to the
ladies,
NBA.
I'm a girl's girl. I did not say that. Clock that T. I didn't say that.
He trying to be in the
Clock
NBA for the
that T.
last 10 years. You 35, still trying to make it to the NBA. Said what? Sometime you better go back down to AAU, the Boys and Girls Club. Something.
It ain't even no starting over. Like you don't got it. That is a. It's no starting over. You ain't got it. You ain't got it.
It's been 10 years and you trying to shoot for the
That's what I want
stars.
to know. Like I want to know why do men like at what point does a man know to clock out of a career as far as like in the limelight, like
Man,
being a rapper, being a basketball player, being a
being a
football player,
rapper, definitely
like
being a rapper.
that heavy on the
That's what
rapper
I'm
one.
talking about.
When do you
You got
when
gray
like
hairs
when do they
and you
know
still trying to
to
be.
clock
You still
out?
trying to be a gangster rapper.
When do they know to clock out? Like
It's
when
called.
does anything click in
I'm gonna
their
tell you
head?
what it's called. It's called I Had a Dream. And the
Well, guess
dream
what?
was one
They pushing
day.
MLK a little too hard. I mean, come on now. Cause
Hey,
I've been thinking that lately. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, these rappers,
I'm like,
they don't never want to give it
when is,
up.
when he going? I hate to say give
They
up,
got a
but
new
when you
single
gonna give
coming
it
out
up?
every month.
Like, do you not
New
know when it's
single.
not your calling?
New single every month. Every month got a new single coming out.
I actually have a video.
Oh my goodness.
Have you seen that Mojo?
No. Who's the
That Mojo
Mojo?
Brooks snippet, the
I haven't
comedian.
seen Mojo.
He has a okay, so
No, I
we
haven't
have
seen
to
Mojo.
watch it and come back to this.
I
But
gotta see Mojo.
he has a clip where he's doing a show, and at all his shows he'll grab somebody out the crowd and like
Who is
ask
this?
them something. His name is Mojo
I gotta
Brooks.
see that Mojo. Hey
So
y'all know who Mojo is. Y'all know who Mojo is. Please tag Mojo. I
so this
wanna know who
particular
Mojo
segment,
is.
he was he pointed out this guy and he's like, "What you do?" So the guy like, "I'm a rapper." So he like spit me something,
Right, what you
and
rapping about?
I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't even follow the rap. And then he like, "You still rapping, but you ain't got like you losing all the hair at the top
Oh
of your
my
head. Like
goodness.
it's time to hang that up. Like
Yeah, he ain't
you've
wanna
been
hear that
fighting for
though.
this career too long.
He ain't wanna hear
We
that
have to
though.
watch that
He
clip.
ain't wanna hear it though.
I think men don't know when it's time to like hang it up.
No, it's just the issue is that man, people just still want to feel like they're important. They still want to feel like they got something going on, and I just think they just have that dream to just never want to give up. But I always say this: if you've been rapping, I'm gonna say definitely if you over 30 and you been rapping since you were 20.
I feel like if you're not making any
You
money
need to
from it,
turn to the business side of things. If
yeah,
anything, you still want to be involved in it. Find you a little young artist and get behind the young artist and all the mistakes you made that you learned from. Utilize that and be an executive. I mean, at that time, to me, if you're 35, 38 years old, I want to be a boss. I don't even trying to be no rapper. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm
yeah.
too, I'm at the age right now. I ain't about to be trying to go on tour and go on stage and doing all that
No,
stuff. You
seriously.
know what I'm saying? Like, let me
That's what
sit
I'm
back and
saying.
be a
Like at
boss
some
and
point,
CEO type of
you
status,
gotta know,
you know?
like, okay, I ain't made it rapping. It's been 15, 20 years. Like you say, get behind somebody else, push their music, a good artist, invest into that. You're gonna get a return on
Yeah,
investment.
you putting
Like,
more money into yourself that you don't have no fan base. Your
yeah.
demographics is not listening to you.
And like I said, if you're not
No,
making like any type of income, then I forgot where I saw this at, but they were saying like this is not your job if you're not making some type
it's a
of income.
hobby. It's a
Yeah.
hobby, and if
And
you
it
want to
makes
do it as
sense.
a
Like
hobby, cool.
even
But
for girls that say I'm a model, you're not
oh
that's not
yeah,
your job if you're not making
no,
a dollar from it.
no. If you can't even pay a bill with it, then what are you doing it for? But yeah, you got at some point you got it. I mean, like you said, girls trying. I mean, it goes the same. The girls, like you said, trying to be models and stuff like that. I don't even know why you want to be a model anymore. Ain't even no money in that. You know what I mean? Like,
So do
ain't
you feel
nobody
the same
paying for
way
that.
about dancers, like when to hang it up?
I mean, let's keep it real. Dancing. I'm gonna say internally,
There are some girls that's
I'm gonna say that if you see dancing, it's a if you, all right. How I would feel personally if you were like somebody that I know, I would think that when you get about right in 30, a little bit over 30, that it would be that time period to start thinking on your next move. But I do know now with plastic surgery and all this stuff that you can go back 10 years in age and and still keep it pushing for a little bit longer. But my whole thing is, what is your goal? It's not the fact that you're still doing it, but what is your plan when it does end? You know what I mean? Like, are you really putting money aside? Are you really investing into a business? Are you just blowing it every day? If you're blowing it every day, but then I don't know what the hell you're gonna do.
I
Because you
feel like
get to that
especially
age, it's gonna
for
hit
the
you.
dancers with kids, because I used to dance myself, and I have two daughters. At the time, I only had one, but I do feel what you're saying because that's how I felt. Like I feel like when your kid is paying more attention, that should be like your clock out time. Like it's time to ease up on this. Let's look for a different direction. Because I mean, I know some girls, like you said, you could buy a new, a whole new identity. But people with kids, like, okay, you could keep up in this world, but your kids are going to start asking questions.
Yeah.
How do you explain that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think at some point, not just saying that, but I know these women are tired. I know at some point,
No, it is
10
a very
years in,
tiring
I know
industry.
you're tired of the men harassing you. You're tired of dealing with the drama. You're tired of getting out there, busting it down. You know what I mean? I know most women probably over 30 don't want to do it anymore if they didn't have to. I don't know any female that's like, yo, I love this. I want to keep on doing it. I don't think that's his word. I just think it's hard for them to figure out the next plan, the next move, because if you're bringing in, even if you're bringing in $400 or $500 a day, that's not easy to do without a skill, a resume, or a career. So that's the issue is that if you're just doing that, and what is your next move? You know what I mean? Because anything can happen to you when you're not able to dance. You get
Well,
injured or anything
that's
like
what I
that.
was going to say.
I don't
Like,
know.
I know from experience and being around other dancers, I will say, even when I look back on it, in that moment, in that lifestyle, I thought I was my happiest. Um, you seeing so much money. It's been like I've had just a random day where I made like close to 20K. So you, like you say, you chasing that lifestyle, you making that money. At that time, I thought like this is it. Like, oh my God, this is so lit, so much money.
Did you ever think that it would never end? Like,
At one
did you
point in
ever
time,
think
because I
that?
did have moments where I stopped, I went back. I stopped again, I went back. But looking back on it now, I was so depressed. And I remember like even being around other dancers, like they're not happy. Like
I said
I
that.
was my worst self and I was so depressed. Like I'm my happiest now. And this is like a 9 to 5. This is investing some of my money into a business, things like that. Like this is what's really happiness. when I look back, I was not my happiest. I had to drink to, push myself in a club. Yeah, I was in a dark space. And a lot of those girls are in a dark space. And when you're in a dark space, it's hard to climb out of that, especially when you have money involved and is money always coming at you. It's hard to get out of it for sure.
Nah, I agree. And like you just say, you get to that depression where you turn to drugs and alcohol, and what does that do? 10 years of that affects your body, affects your looks, and affects your health and everything. And unfortunately, a lot of those women, when if they are living that lifestyle for 15 years, it shows.
And like you
It
said,
shows.
injuries can happen, anything can happen. Like, because we always, when you're a dancer, if you're a dancer that you're okay being natural, 9 times out of 10 you'll be good. As far like, you're not gonna go get surgeries, obviously. But when you're a dancer like myself that go get surgeries, you develop body dysmorphia. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of it. It is a very serious condition. I didn't even know I was suffering from it. And I suffered from it so bad that I went to Colombia and I had a surgery done, and I almost died. I was
Wow.
in Colombia, the country,
See, and that's
for
another
four
thing.
months
How do
in a
y'all do
coma.
that? I don't even understand that.
I was in a coma for 4 months. I was on life support for 3 out of those four
Wow.
months.
Wow.
When I woke up, I was probably like 95 pounds. I could not speak right away. I
You had
could
a
not
blood
walk.
transfusion?
Yes.
Yeah, I know a few women that had blood transfusions.
Yes.
And you're in a different country, don't even speak that language.
My family is just working with the embassy.
Wow.
They provided expedited passports, got my mom and my brother over there.
So your whole family had to come over there.
Mom and my brother.
Wow.
And I mean, like, they said when I did first start coming out the coma, like, I didn't even
So
know I
you were
had
in
a
actual
daughter.
coma. You were
Oh no,
actually.
I was, yeah,
So
I was on life
wow,
support
wow.
for
How many
three
years ago
months.
was this?
This was in 2018.
Wow. God bless her. Mm.
And it's so crazy. That's what I'm saying. Body dysmorphia. Even with that, I went back to dancing once I healed.
Did it change you though as a person going through that?
Um,
Did it make you say I would never do this again, or did you go back and do something again after
but
that?
that's what I'm saying.
Did
So I
so?
mean, well, okay. So it did change in terms of, like, I don't want to do anything to my body, things like that. But
So
I
you
did
did
have, I just
that was
had
your
like,
last surgery?
yeah, I just
Okay.
had like reconstructive surgery, just because everybody wants to feel like a human and feel like they look normal. So that was understandable. But like, even to this day, like, I don't want to get on that table. It will change you. But yeah, I remember, like, when I came back to stadium, so many girls was running up to me like, everybody said you died. Da, da, da. It was so many stories. Like, at the time, it was, my story wasn't directly in the news, but they were speaking on the situation, because I think it was like maybe 4 or 5 other women from America that came over there and they did not make it. I was the only person that made it by the grace of God.
I mean, I know a friend that got their body done and out the country and died.
Yeah.
You know, I have a
At that
friend that
time,
had
it was
that. Yeah.
about, yeah,
In
5 of
Mexico,
us that
in
went,
Mexico,
and
in
I was the only
Mexico.
person that made it back
Yeah.
out of the, yeah. So it was pretty crazy.
I mean, just in general, leaving out the country and getting surgery done, they don't go by the same guidelines that the United States goes by.
Yeah, they do. You know, they actually, like the doctor you meet is not the doctor that's going to operate on you.
See, and that's crazy. That's crazy alone.
And before I even left, like, the embassy was, they did like CT scans and stuff. They wanted to make sure they didn't steal any organs, because that's what they do. They harvest there. So I had to do, like, no, yeah, like, they before she leaves, we need a scan of her body, and they wanted to validate that nothing had been stolen from me. But even when I came home with a drain bag on my stomach, a drain bag on my lower back. I couldn't even, it killed me to sit on the plane. It was so uncomfortable. I couldn't walk, so it was a lot of assistance needed. Mind you, I have a 4-year-old daughter at home during this time. So yeah, it's a real thing. But I'm very blessed to be here.
No, I mean, we're happy for you to be here. You know what I mean? Bless.
And it's like, look how far I
Let's give a
came
hand
from
clap for that. Let's give a
being
hand
there
clap for
to
that. You
now.
know, because the thing about it, women tell these stories all the time, and women will keep on going back to get it done. They'll go back to the same doctors that had 30 people die before, and just for that look, they will sacrifice a lot, and that's scary in a way to know. That's
Yeah,
how
that one
serious it could
thing
be, though.
literally
You know, it's
almost
scary to
cost me
know
my
that
life.
a lot of women are sacrificing. You know, it looks good. Don't get me wrong, it looks good, but you are sacrificing a 50-50 chance that something could happen.
Yeah.
And, you know, hopefully with technology and, you know, over time things will get better.
Because you're trusting these doctors. Like,
Man.
you want to trust your surgeon. It's when you sign those papers, that's basically what you're saying. You're saying like you're trusting your
Trusting them like
surgeon to
God.
operate
Yeah.
on you blindly, because lipo is a blind surgery. It's no way to see where they're like inserting. They just have a method to try to to go and direct yourself the safest way. But that was my case. When I got lipo, the doctor had punctured my intestines 12 times,
Wow.
12 different areas, and my liver twice.
Wow. The torture that women go to stay beautiful. That is some serious shit right there. I'm not gonna lie. But let me say something funny. This is funny. We're gonna change it to. I posted this too on Instagram. What do you think about that? I said women who smoke have became a bigger bill now. I said now you got to provide them with smoke, alcohol, food, and money. What is your thought on that? Because
I'm not a
it's
smoker.
women now that are starting to smoke down.
You know, I see a lot of girls that's like
smoke
chain
down.
smoke,
Yo,
like more than you. Like
costing you some money,
no, yeah, you might be
huh?
like, I'm gonna come chill with
Oh
you.
my goodness.
I'm gonna bring some smokes or
Man.
something. Y'all chilling. Next thing you know, she already rolling the third one. She on the third one. You like, damn, I'm high already.
These women nowadays, I swear, they are smoking so much that is becoming a whole nother bill for a female.
And honestly, I'm seeing the women that smoke a lot and they look burnt out.
Oh, you say it's getting to them.
Yeah,
It's starting to look
like
dried up, skin getting dried up.
Yeah,
getting bags in their eyes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's okay to, don't get me wrong, like I'm the type of female that like I'm a party smoker, so it's like it might just be a random time where I'm just having a lot of fun. I might, hit it 2 or 3 times, but I'm not a smoker.
I don't know, women. I just think right now you guys are starting to cost us more and more money as time goes by, because that's a whole nother add-on to you guys.
No, it is.
And that goes a lot faster than alcohol.
Smoke, and I'm like, dang, like you gotta buy a bottle, you gotta make sure you got this amount.
You gotta have everything. You know what I'm saying? Now, girl, come over your house or come anywhere. You are definitely, the party pack is over $100 now.
Yeah, no, seriously. Maybe you could just go to the store, get a little $20 bottle.
Yeah, that used to be. Even if it was a $40 bottle, that lasts the whole time.
You get a bottle.
Now you getting some of that.
Then she gonna want you to bring some food because she gonna be hungry.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They shoot depending on what you.
And chill just something. So
and
like
don't let you.
Hey,
look, don't let you smoke on top of that. Y'all both about to be in that joint spending that money, but and I think females don't even think it costs money. They think it's free.
Well,
they think it's free.
For free.
Hey, but guess what? No matter what, it's costing somebody. You know, that thirsty man giving up for free, he gonna eat it later down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't nothing free. Okay? It ain't nothing free. A female thing because you in their presence that everything is free, right?
I mean, look.
Huh? You said you asked me to come over, whatever I need and whatever I want, it better come.
I didn't invest into myself to be all.
Okay, she ain't asked. She said, "I ain't."
It's Princess.
She said, "Ain't nothing free out here." She
when
said,
I step outside, it's Princess treatment every time.
At least you don't smoke like you don't need to smoke.
Yeah,
so you just gotta get you some champagne, wine, some food.
Not too much on my champagne.
Yeah.
I'm a champagne girl.
Give her some wine, champagne.
But I wasn't always that way. I'm doing good.
You doing good. You mature.
Tequila was.
You're mature. You're mature. You understanding that you want to be to wake up the next day and get up and work.
Yeah, because I'm getting older. Those hangovers is crazy.
I'm looking at these boots right here. Show these boots real quick. Look at this. I like these. Look, hold on. You got shoulder.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on. She got toe boots. I ain't never seen those before. Them Jones like straight gloves on your feet.
These are my avatars.
Them Jones tight though. They
Thank
definitely. I
you.
was looking down. I said that look. But
You know me, I'm always gonna pop out with something weird. I just like
always
weird.
doing something different. We already
Something.
know that. We know that. You see John